Yo guys, what's going on? Insanity coming back at you today. Welcome to the weekly vendor reset for April 5th, 2019. Yes, we are officially here in World Tier 5. So everything you're going to see is going to be basically for that entire World Tier bracket. So making your way on over to the main base of operations vendor, you can find yourself a Richer and Kaiser backpack here rocking 463. So again, if any of you are just now hitting World Tier 5, anything that's going to give you a nice little bump is something that I would recommend purchasing. This little guy right here is going to be rocking 4.5 critical hit chance, 6.5 critical hit damage, and making your way down to the China-like Industries mask here. Skill power and health, not really something you need to go ahead and try and pick up. Maybe you need it. It's got empowered for that plus 10% skill power if you're running a skill build or anything like that. The 460 Richer and Kaiser harness, or, holster, whatever the heck you want to call it. Again, still really, really low for a lot of people who were 450. This is something I would try and hold off on. The 474 M870 shotgun. This is going to give you pummel, optimized and greased. Again, 474 is a nice little bump on your entire gear score there to go ahead and try and make your drops a little bit better. I would highly recommend picking this up unless you want to hold off for this next vendor, because over at the clan vendor, if you're in a clan, there is a ton of good stuff. So check this out. This is where all of the good stuff is for this entire vendor reset, in my opinion, because if you're really looking for a way to try and power level yourself up to 500 as fast as possible, get yourself raid ready, this is the spot to be. First off, hit up these 493 Badger Tough gloves. Health, marksman rifle damage, critical hit chance. Don't necessarily worry about the stats, because until you get to level 500, who cares anyway? This is just going to go ahead and give you a nice, huge gear score increase. Next, head on down to this classic M1A at 492. Again, if you want something that's going to give you a nice push in gear score and something that's going to give you long range, the M1A is for you. Or you can go ahead and do this route as well. The Black Market Sausage, again, just because of the gear score of 493, giving you a huge increase on the amount of gear score that you're going to go ahead and get up. It's got Sadist, Stable, and Everlasting as well. So those are going to be my main picks from these vendors here at the base of operations. But there's a ton more to go ahead and try and check out. Be sure to keep watching, because everyone's blueprints are different at every vendor. So do not miss out on a blueprint if you see one. So let's make our way on over to the theater, shall we? Alrighty, so we made our way on over to the theater settlement here over in the Division 2. If you head on over to the vendor, there's going to be at least one goodie here for you. Me, I have two because of the whole blueprint situation. But here, you have a 483 backpack. It's the Alp Summit arraignment. Here, 7% critical hit damage, 37.3k armor. Destructive and vital here on this. Just a nice little boost again to your gear score. For myself, I now have the Urban MDR replica blueprint. I can go ahead and craft one as I need. I'll go ahead and buy that while I'm here, because this thing is like a freaking laser beam. It's got no recoil. I love it. So yeah, jump in next. Where are we going from here? Let's head on over to the campus settlement. Alrighty, since we've now made our way on over to the campus settlement, I only see one thing here. Again, this is a really low gear score high-end item, but if you're still just rocking right there at the level of 450, this will give you a nice little increase. The Wyvern Wear knee pads, 20.5k armor with calculated. And yeah, again, it's really low. It's something I would try and pass on, just because if you already got something that maybe a little bit better than that with everything else you're going to be getting, the drops you're going to get are going to be better than 459 anyway. So now we're going to start making our way through the three vendors over at each of the Dark Zone. This is going to be the Dark Zone East vendor. And again, the only thing that I'm really seeing here that'd be worth your purchase is going to be the 473 Gila Guard backpack. A little bit of a boost there on your gear score as well, with critical hit damage, weapon damage, efficient, and restorative for that 10% health on kill. If you need an AUG or something that give you a nice little boost for an assault rifle, this one can go ahead and fill its void if you're still stuck at 450. But again, your drops from all these other gear pieces I'm showcasing should make up for the difference on your next drop. We've now made our way on over to DZ South, and here we are kind of at a pretty crappy point. Unless you're really looking for a FAMAS and you're still below 460, sure, you can go ahead and pick this little guy up with Sadist optimized and Wascali. But I mean, again, nothing really here to go ahead and try and freak out over. I mean, your drops are going to be better based on all the other stuff I've already shown you anyway. Alrighty, and for the last stop on this week's vendor reset, we head on over to DZ West, and here you're going to find 468 Araldi Holdings holster with 12.5% critical hit damage. And again, it's still a little low. Anything below 470, I'm considering low at this point. But beyond that, I mean, if you need a foul, go for it. It's got killer. It's got a pretty decent talent if you want to go ahead and try and take that and maybe roll it on over to a different gun of your choosing in the assault rifle class. But beyond that, that's pretty much going to go ahead and make everything ready for your World Tier 5 adventures. I know that just launched earlier today. There's a ton of grinding to do on your way to level 500 as you prepare for the raid for April 25th. Be sure to go ahead and drop a like if you haven't already, sub if you're brand new to the channel, and I will see you in the next stream and for more Division 2 content. Have a good one. Peace out.